Hello dissenters, my name is Alex and I am here today with a game on the PC called Banished, still kind of in development, but about to come out very soon as of February 18th, 2014. That's when you'll be able to play this game for yourself. But for now, I'm going to be showing you some of the basics and show you why you should be getting excited for this city builder. I've just done a couple basic things so far. I've told my citizens to start cutting down some trees, to start mining some rocks, and I've got a small stockpile over here. And you can see that they are starting to carry some of the resources over to the stockpile so that we can use it for further building ventures. Now, interestingly about this game is that you have to keep these people alive. They have to survive, and to survive they need food. So we got a bunch of statistics at the top left to show us how our citizens are doing. For starters, we've got their average health and then their happiness, so we want to keep these things as high as possible. We've also got food that has been stored, and we want to start generating some more food because that's going to run out very quickly, and you can see the other resources here. I'll go over them as necessary. But the first thing is very important, and that is sustaining our citizens with food, as I mentioned. So to do that, what I'm going to go ahead and do is create a little fishing outpost for them. So going over here to the food production tab, I can set up a little place for them to create a dock, and then I can rotate this dock around until, of course, it fits firmly into the river. And then we can assign some workers to start working on this dock and start gathering some food for us. Now, we don't have anyone that's designated as a builder just yet, and that is a problem. So going over here to assign the jobs to these citizens, we'll put this in the top right of the screen for now. You can see we've got 8 laborers, and I know this looks like a lot of information, and I'm still learning as I go, so I don't know everything just yet, so if I make some mistakes, I apologize. But we need someone to build this dock, so let's assign 2 builders. You can see we can assign a total of 2 at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and max that out. And so 2 of these people are going to start getting some of the materials, bringing them over here to this fishing dock. You can see how many it needs, both when you're about to build it and simply by clicking on the little part where it is going to be built. You can see we need 16 stone, 30 logs, and of course just some work to be done. And then it has a radius, a circle around it where it can gather the fish from. Up here at the top left, you can see we do have enough materials, I think. Let's see, 46 stone, and we need, I think, a bit more logs. We need 2 more to be exact, so to make 30 in total. And we got the 2 builders. You can see all these people have little houses above their heads. That means they have nowhere to lay their head. They don't have any homes yet, so we're going to have to build some homes as well. I just want to focus on getting this fishing dock started as soon as possible. And I know it's difficult to see when you zoom all the way out, but this world is huge. I'll show you more of it in detail when it's not raining and making everything foggy and difficult to see. So, stockpile's looking good. We've got a pretty good supply of materials right now. That will go through quickly. It's worth noting that I'm playing on the hardest difficulty mode right now, so I probably will lose. Now, down here at the bottom left, you can see a clock. Clicking on this toggles the simulation speed. I think 2 times is a good simulation speed. It just makes them look like they're walking at a normal pace. So we're going to kind of leave it at that most often. And I can also pause the game at any time. You can assign your hotkeys as you like them, but I have mine set to space. And so if I want to take some time out and figure out how I want to build things, I can do that at any time I want to. So down here in the homes and housing menu, I've got 1 wooden house queued up. And I can make another one right next to it. The little arrow indicates where the road should be paved. And we can also rotate these houses around to face them wherever we want. In addition, I can change the model. So there are multiple models for the homes so that it adds a bit of variety and spice to your towns. So I'm going to start by queuing up 2. They each cost 16 wooden materials, also known as lumber, and the 8 pieces of stone. I don't know why I'm saying it so weird. It requires 8 pieces of bark-like quality materials. Let's unpause the game and allow them to continue on their building. We want to get them into homes so that they have shelter, so that they don't freeze in the winter, and to that end, we're also going to have to create some areas for them to start turning this lumber into firewood, chopping it up into smaller pieces instead of these giant logs. And now that it has stopped raining, we can zoom out and take a closer look, or a bird's eye view, not a closer look at all, of what the rest of this terrain looks like. I'm currently playing on a medium-sized level. There is a large as well as a small, but it is absolutely massive. I doubt I would ever be able to fill up this entire place, but you could make a sprawling metropolis given enough time and enough skill. So you can see that this is quite a large map, especially compared to SimCity. You know, the comparison had to be made. It just had to be made. Down here, we are still digging up this stone. The little yellow crosses indicate which materials are supposed to be dug by our laborers. More of these materials and resources being brought back to our stockpile. The homes are probably going to become under construction pretty soon. Let's take a look at how the dock is doing. We've almost completed work on the log portion. The stone still needs to be created, and we also need to start working on getting some other sources of food. The food is going to be depleting oh so very quickly, and we certainly don't want our civilians dying of starvation. We do have some other opportunities, ways to create food, one of which I believe I'm going to take advantage of, called the Gatherer's Hut. This is going to allow a gatherer to be kind of in the forest all by themselves, and, well, we can assign more than one gatherer so they won't be so lonely. However, it's going to get them to pick berries and bushes and things of that nature. The radius indicates the forest that they will be taking advantage of, so we want to make sure it's in a good spot. I'm not sure where I want to put this, so we're just going to put it kind of right on the edge of our little civilization right there. All right, we've clicked it, and it is going to be built sooner or later, and we also need to, of course, clear out the land around it, and I've already lost it. All right, so if we just remove the resources around it, what that's going to allow us to do is build that Gatherer's Hut on top of that newly renovated land. So we have to clear it off before you can place the building. Very important to do. So we've got plenty of work cut out for our people here, probably too much, truth be told. So if you're wondering, Italics, why isn't anything being built? It looks like this is the same as you left it just a second ago. You've got two builders here, obviously. Is anyone doing any work? Well, there's a way to find out. There's an arrow next to it. You can cycle through the builders. So we can see the 13-year-old Lewel is currently in charge of building this fishing dock. I'm sure it will be well constructed and probably not going to break down at all. It's great. 13 years, he's had plenty of experience building things. You can enter a little follow mode, see if he is educated, so it's okay. Who is our other builder? Let's take a look. Oh, it's Tanjani, the 13-year-old girl with fair clothing and an iron tool. Our two 13-year-old builders doing my work for me. Carrying tiny bits of stone at a time. Let's speed this process up a little bit so that we can get something built quicker. All right, what is this guy doing? Arlisle? You having fun? He's playing. He's only 8. When you turn 13, Arlisle, we're going to put you to building too. It looks like our stockpile is getting close to full. We're still cutting down trees very quickly, and I think we may have enough people to assign one more builder. So let's just get some of these things built a bit quicker. So 4 laborers and 4 builders. That's going to increase the speed at which our job is taking place. Our child labor force is in full effect here as we construct this fishing dock. You can see that it is finally finished, just taking the resources to this area, and in fact we are constructing the dock. With 800 food stored left, we're going to need to make a barn to store our resources, get them out of the elements and the weather, and of course once this is complete on construction, we are going to assign some fishermen, as many as possible, because we want to start getting as many fish stored and ready to go for our hungry people. One of our houses has been built. That's exciting. All right, so we've got a home. We got another one going up right next to it, so fewer people are going to be in need of shelter. And taking a look, we've got 5 people just in this one by itself, a 20-year-old, an 18-year-old, and some children. Going over here back into the forest, we can see that work is being done to clear out this path for the Gatherer's Hut, and we'll be able to start construction on it now that it has been cleared away. So we're getting our food storage capacity hopefully as high as possible. We've shot down to only 300 food and rapidly decreasing, so let's slow the game down and add some fishermen, 4 of them to be exact, and let's tone down the builders back to 2, perhaps even 1 now that we have most of our buildings constructed, half of them I guess to be specific, and we're gonna need these homes in order to create some more people. Babies are made in homes, did you know? Well, now you do. And we've got again the 4 fishermen, so here's our first fisherman, Citizen Skylan, who is going to be a little bit unhealthy. You know, they're starting to get a little bit. The food is gone. Where did the food go? We have none stored. Okay, well, that's not pleasant. That's not good. But I've made strides to try to increase that production. We're 40% complete on the Gatherer's Hut. We're going to put all of our people to gathering food, or as many as possible. By clicking on the fishing dock itself, I can show or hide some statistics. We can see that we've gathered 54 fish so far this season and rising. I'm not sure if it will be enough, but they're going to start taking this fish over to the stockpile, over to our little storage cart, and we're going to start getting some put away and hopefully get above 0. We'll see if we can manage that or not. Down here at the bottom left, I've got an event log to keep track of the things that are going on in my city. So we've got some shortage of food and a shortage of firewood. Firewood is going to be very necessary. We're going to have to make some wood choppers here soon. But we're going to worry about that after we get the food problem taken care of. Slowly but surely, we are getting a gatherer's hut halfway there in terms of the building work. 76% overall has been completed, and then we're going to be able to assign some gatherers and hopefully get some food stored. We're only getting like 6 at a time, and our people are going to quickly start starving. Arlisle has become an adult, so that's interesting. We've got another person on the workforce, and now that we have this gatherer's hut complete, I don't have to go to this menu over here all the time, the jobs. I can do it straight from the building. So if I know that I need some gatherers, you can see the question mark indicates that no citizens are working at this location. I can simply just click on the building, and then this little arrow will assign some workers. So I'm going to want at least 2 for sure, but we can have up to 4. So let's just do 3. Okay, do 3. And we're going to have all of them working, trying to gather some food, and we can unpause the game and let them go back to business. As you can see, some of our people are still in need of a home. We have these 2 already completed, so let's build one more right next to it. We've got some deer in the backyard. Too bad we don't have any hunters just yet. We would be able to hunt them if we had the appropriate building and people assigned to the task. Now that the gatherers are doing their thing, let's check on our workforce and see how many people we have available. 0 laborers are available. That's not really great. And we can take one of the builders off to create a laborer. We don't really need that many people building because there's only 1 that needs to be constructed at the moment, this home. We've got a small stockpile of 35 food, so that's going up slowly but surely. Hopefully we can get it stabilized and get some more people turned into laborers and then progress our little civilization onto some of the other buildings. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more Banished, let me know by leaving a like on this video if you enjoyed it. It helps me out tremendously. And of course, leaving your thoughts below. I do read all your comments. Thanks for watching. My name is Alex. I look forward to continuing Boulderline and watching as it thrives, survives, and maybe even dies. I will see you next time.